Yeah, so I'm gonna be honest with all of you. I was gonna do two different videos talking about this same subject, like whenever the trailer came out, and you know what? Just never did it, and now I think it's a good time. I also have a bunch of Mario Kart footage that I could just use that I didn't use for the direct. So yeah, it gives me an excuse to use that. Yeah, so I know it's a little strange on why I'm talking about this now. Originally, I was going to do two separate videos talking about all the controversies with Ezra Miller and then, like, my thoughts on the trailer. And I thought, that's too much work. And then I kept thinking about it and I just never got around to doing it until I saw this news today that Grant Gustin may be in as the new Flash for James Gunn's new DCU. If you aren't already aware of what my thoughts are on James Gunn's DCU, the video's up in the cards. I talked about it a few weeks ago when they announced it. It's kind of scummy what they're doing. I'm not fully on board with it, but it has potential. But Grant Gustin coming back as the Flash. So the thing that we've heard about this movie is two things. Number one, everyone involved with Warner Brothers, DC, and this movie has said that this movie is one of the best comic book movies we will ever see. That's to be seen. There are some pretty high standards. The Dark Knight and Infinity War are some of the best comic book movies. Two very different movies. But it still could be a possibility. And also that Ezra being the Flash still could still be possible. I don't think they're going to do it. A lot of people don't think they're going to do it. I get why people think they may keep Ezra as the Flash. But if they really want to go scorched earth with the fans, they're going to keep him. However, today kind of proved that maybe that's not all on the table. I understand why they keep saying that Ezra may still be the Flash, and that's because, they want the movie to do well. Warner Brothers and DC, they straight up refused to release any footage or promotional material for this movie in 2022 because of what was going on with Ezra and all the crazy shit he was doing. Awful human being, by the way. I think we all can agree on that, and that's what all fans can agree on. But we all expected the trailer. Obviously, they said the trailer was going to show up at the Super Bowl. We all expected to actually, just be straight up dog shit and, be easy to pass up. And the trailer was actually pretty good. They actually do take a lot of key aspects from Flashpoint. What they're doing with Supergirl, they're taking that straight from the Superman segments of Flashpoint. It seems that Michael Keaton is going to serve as the Thomas Wayne type role, even though he's Bruce Wayne, from his universe. So it looks like a good movie, and it actually looks decent. I, for one, have not liked Ezra before it was cool. I thought he was annoying as shit and probably the worst part of Justice League, which is saying something. And me and a buddy of mine, we had a countdown to when Ezra's contract was up. It was either in late 2019 or sometime in 2020. We're like, yeah, Ezra's not going to be the Flash because the movie was in development hell then. And it's just crazy to see that this movie is, actually happening. But yeah, I had this theory back in the day when they announced that Michael Keaton could be coming back as Batman for this movie, and that was because none of us felt that Ezra could hold a movie on his own, and we were right. They did a pretty much a multiverse story. If they had like a decent actor helming the role, maybe it would have just been a movie about a man who runs fast, maybe against Captain Cold or the giant fucking gorilla. But no, we have to get all this complicated stuff because some people can't hold a movie on their own, but we already cast him. Again, Jason Momoa was able to play Aquaman very well. I think Ray Fisher would have had a very good time and have done a very good job as Cyborg, which he was in every script of the movie until then. And it's weird because they keep saying it's like a Flashpoint movie, and Cyborg was a huge part of the Flashpoint movie. I digress. I think the movie is going to be very good, and there is a slight controversy because a lot of fans agreed that the movie looks really good with the first trailer. No one wants to support Ezra. And I completely understand that. I do believe that he was already paid for his role in the movie, so he might not have points on the movie, especially because it's a DC movie. Who really wants points on a fucking DC movie in the late 2010s? I mean, if Momoa had picked that, he would have made bank off Aquaman, but we really don't know how the money is going. But the main thing that a lot of people were very angry about is that they didn't outright sit there and not only denounce what Ezra Miller has been doing, but also saying that he may or may not still be the Flash. Until the Grant Gustin thing. Now, it could be complete horseshit, but there is talks of them replacing them. There has to be. And if it's not Grant Gustin, and I know a lot of people say that he's tired of playing the Flash for so long and doesn't really want to do it again for, the silver screen, that's completely fine. But the fact that these rumors are coming out pretty much just shows that they are definitely looking for someone else to play the Flash. If it's not Grant Gustin, they're not going to go back to Ezra Miller. That's what it seems like. And that's the hope that I see with this kind of smidget of news. Is that it's not that they're looking for Grant Gustin to replace him. They're looking for somebody. They're going to start with the Flash everybody likes, and they're going to then move on to, I don't know, just a general actor that everybody likes, which again I think is going to be very easy. Literally anybody but Ezra would work at this point. I don't know if I'm going to see the movie or not. I'm still debating it. Most fans are saying they're going to pirate it, and I understand that. I think the easiest way for Warner Brothers to kind of fix that issue for them, since they did spend a lot of money on this movie and that's the only reason it's releasing, is they need to come out, and I don't know if they have an NDA that's blocking them from doing it, but if they don't, the best way for Warner Brothers to, kind of remedy this is to kind of sit there and say how much Ezra's making from the movie or how much Ezra did make from the movie. If he already made the money, shit's done. One of the other things that I think really does bolster this kind of theory that Ezra is pretty much done and they're only saying it just to make sure the movie can actually make a profit is because even though a lot of people in Warner Brothers DC and on the set really are supporting this movie because it does look really good. A lot of people on set, even for Justice League back in the day, said Ezra was a fucking problem on set, and I don't think they want that head fuck anymore in their films and whatnot. And to get a decent actor that people are willing to support who isn't a complete piece of shit, might work in their favor. Do I think Ezra's gonna stay as the Flash? No, I don't think so. And this news kind of solidifies it. Whether it is Grant Gustin or whether it is someone completely new, it is what it is, and it seems like things are going to go very well. If Warner Brothers releases news with before the movie, basically saying, hey, Ezra is paid for his time on the movie, and he doesn't have any points on the profit, or he has minimal points on the profit, but it's going to all these other people, then I think people are actually going to be more willing to go see it in theaters. If that's not the case, most people are going to pirate it because people agree that it looks good, and people are stuck at this stalemate where they think the movie's really good, but they don't support the guy who, is the awful human being lead. So, just kind of that stuff. Again, just wanted to talk about The Flash in a more just, I guess, conversational type way, just spitting shit out. And I also had extra Mario Kart footage, so might as well use it. Also, I'm going to go see Ant-Man for the second time tonight.